Hello, students. This is an introduction to the essay Negritude, a Humanism of the 20th Century by Leopold Sédar Senghor. Negritude was both a literary and ideological movement led by the French speaking black writers and intellectuals from the colony of France in Africa and the Caribbean in 1930s. The movement is marked by its rejection of European civilization and its role in the African diaspora, pride in blackness, and the traditional African values and culture mixed with an undercurrent of Marxist ideals. Negritude was born from a shared experience of discrimination and oppression and an attempt to dispel stereotypes and to create a new black consciousness. The movement drew its inspiration from the Harlem Renaissance, which was beginning to decline. The Harlem Renaissance, also known as the New Negro Renaissance, fostered black artists and leaders who promoted a sense of pride and advocacy in the black community and a refusal to submit to injustice. As the glorious days of Harlem Renaissance came to an end, many African American intellectuals of the period moved to France seeking a haven against racism and segregation. Among these artists were Langston Hughes, James Weldon Johnson, Richard Wright, and Claude McKay, whom Sinhalese poet and politician Leopold Sédar Senghor praised as the spiritual founder of Negritude. The founders of the movement, Aimé Césaire, Senghor, and Leon Gondran Damas, met while studying in Paris in 1931. They published the first journal devoted to negritude, namely The Black Student, in 1934. The term negritude was coined by Césaire in his book Notebook of a Return to the Native Land in the year 1939, and it means, in his words, I quote, the simple recognition of the fact that one is black, the acceptance of this fact and of our destiny as blacks, of our history and culture, unquote. Even in its beginnings, negritude was a truly international movement. It drew its inspiration from the flowering of African American culture brought about by the Harlem Renaissance and found a home in the canon of French literature. Damas' debut poetry collection Pigments, published in the year 1937, is sometimes referred to as the manifesto of the movement. In it, Damas argues against slavery, segregation, colonial assimilation, and the repression of rejection of the racial and cultural self. Unlike the other two founding fathers, Senghor advocated assimilation that allowed for a cultural mix of the society, or cultural miscegenation, which means marriage between black and white. While Senghor also promoted a rediscovery and celebration of African beliefs and values and the establishment of authentic black self, he also imagined a new racial consciousness in which a dual black and white cultural background could work toward a place of mutual enlightenment and a give and take. The sympathizers of the movement included Jean Paul Sartre and Jacques Roumain, founder of the Haitian Communist Party, among others. Negritude also had its detractors, some of whom charged the movement as promoting a form of black exoticism and fetishization, or creating another form of racism. Singer responded that negritude, I quote, is neither racism nor self negation. It is just affirmation. It is rooting oneself in oneself and self confirmation of one's being. It is nothing more or less than what some English speaking Africans have called the African personality. Wole Soyinka, the Nigerian poet, was a major critic of this movement. He believed that a deliberate and outspoken pride in their color placed the black people continually on the defense. He said, "A tiger does not proclaim its tigerness, it jumps on the prey." Negritude has remained an influential movement throughout the rest of the 20th century to the present day. The assertion of black pride by members of the negritude movement was attended by a cry against assimilation. They felt that although it was theoretically based on a belief in universal equality, it still assumed the superiority of European culture and civilization over that of Africa, or assumed that Africa had no history of culture. They were also disturbed by world wars, in which they saw their countrymen not only dying for a cause that was not theirs, but being treated as inferiors in the battlefield. They became increasingly aware through their study of history of suffering and humiliation of black people, first under the bondage of slavery and then under colonial rule. These views inspired many of the basic ideas behind negritude, that the mystic warmth of African life, gaining strength from its closeness to nature and its constant contact with ancestors, should be continually placed in proper perspective against the soullessness and materialism of Western culture. That Africans must look to their own cultural heritage to determine the values and traditions that are most useful in the modern world. The committed writers should use African subject matter and poetic traditions and should excite a desire for political freedom. That negritude itself encompasses the whole of African cultural, economic, social, and political values, and that above all, the value and dignity of African traditions and peoples must be asserted.